It's clobbering time.
So does anyone remember this game? Of course not. Look at this game. It looks like crap now. It can't look worse than the Avengers game. Nah, I'm joking. I actually really like the Avengers game because I'm a Marvel fanboy that will suck the dick of any Marvel related property that is released. I'm not teasing anyone. I probably really will like anything Marvel puts out, including this game. And how do you make a Marvel fighting game fun? Kill off some of the most interesting characters at the beginning of the game, of course. Now to this game's credit, for some reason Captain America was only playable in the PSP version. I'm honestly not sure why. Anyways, this is one of the few fighting games outside of Smash Brothers that I actually love to play. I couldn't get into Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, you know those types of games. But because this was a Marvel game and had Spider-Man on the cover, I begged my mom to get it for me. I honestly was not disappointed at the time. Something about the game made me feel uneasy, but in a good way. It was dark. It showed these Marvel characters in a way that I've never seen before. Up until this point, I only really played Ultimate Alliance for Xbox, and again, I love that game, but that game is more the classic Marvel characters game that shows most of them being identical to their comic book counterparts. But Marvel Nemesis was really dark.
Spider-Man says ass! Ass kicking.
I thought that was so cool. Wolverine's just wearing a damn t-shirt and jeans, all the characters have a dark corrupted costume, and I promise I did not notice this when I was a kid. But can you tell who this game was made for?
Nice.
This game blew my mind when I was little. I was starting to get at that age where I wanted to see something realistic, nothing goody-goody or for the greater good and justice and all that type of shit. This game caught my attention, so naturally, I played it non-stop for almost 72 hours straight. And damn, did I enjoy every single minute of it. Not only does it have Marvel characters, but it created a whole new group of anti-heroes and villains called the Imperfects. They were completely unique, absolutely nothing like you've seen before in the Marvel universe. This one has fire powers, this one can teleport, this one can control electricity. Wait a second, this sounds very, very familiar. These characters are just B-movie Marvel knockoffs, so they're not that unique. But still cool to see, different faces, and spoiler alert, they have never reappeared in anything Marvel related since. And honestly, that's probably for the best.
And they say TV's bad for you.
This game had a story mode, local and online multiplayer versus mode, unlockable fighters, stages, cards, and only the super naughty kids used the cheat codes to get the female characters' bathing suit cards. For some reason. This game was stupidly fun to me, especially since I played it all by myself. I also thought the way characters fought in this game was unique. You can fight completely normal in this game. For instance, if you're Wolverine, you can just beat them up with your fists, throw items from the environment around you, and fling your opponent across the stage. But every character has a special ability. You can hold R1 and use their special abilities. Once you press R1, it activates that specific character's superpowers, and you basically have a different moveset. Every character has a normal throw and a super throw, along with a regular air grab and a super air grab, normal fighting and super fighting by mashing square. It's pretty fun to mix and match these special abilities with normal fighting. Some characters can fly, some can web swing. However, when holding R1 and using your powers, it depletes the white bar below your health pretty fast, so you have to be scarce with it. You can also boost up your rage meter by using your normal attacks. Once your rage meter is full, press R1 to activate it. This grants unlimited access to your special ability for a limited time. To top all this off, if your opponent's health bar got low enough, every character had a, we'll say, fun finisher.
Jesus Christ.
It honestly made it feel like every single character was different and added variety when you were playing. It makes you want to unlock every single character just to see what they can do, even the emo Marvel knockoffs. This has to be one of the most unique story modes I've seen in a Marvel game. There is a bald, glossy looking dude named Niles Van Rokel, who is an alien, I think? His goal is to clone this chick, aka Paragon, to invade the other world so he can rule over them. You know, the whole cliche villain bullcrap. so he leads the Imperfects to infect the other Marvel heroes under Van Rokel's mind control to make sure no one gets in his way. One really cool and at the same time terrible thing about this story mode is that once you get to a certain point, you have to decide which of the Marvel characters you were controlling to be killed off. And the super interesting part, you have to be the Imperfect to kill off said Marvel character. Now this adds some nice spice to the story mode. When you choose to kill off the Marvel character, you also get to know the backstory of the Imperfect you get to control. Now some of these backstories are actually kind of interesting, and some you've seen 1,000 times before. Along with all of this, there are also cutscenes, voice acting, and live action scenes when showing the backstory. It's a pretty packed story mode for a fighting game if you ask me. Alright, I feel like I have to talk about these graphics. Now everyone knows that the PlayStation 2 graphics obviously weren't anything like they are today. But looking at this gameplay so far, something seems off to you, doesn't it? Just look at their skin. Oh god. Why do they all look so sweaty? They look like someone doused them in Johnson & Johnson's baby oil. I mean, god dang, they could have dialed it back just a little bit? It's honestly kind of disgusting to look at. It makes me want to take a shower after playing this game. I guess it has to match the dark style they were going for? Well, it worked for me as a kid. It creeped me the fuck out. Other than the enormous amounts of sweat seeping from the pores of these characters, this game does feel very creepy and super dark. I don't think I've seen any Marvel related video game or movie this dark since this released. Some of it is still unsettling to me to this day. They definitely nailed the dark and gritty tone they were looking for. The animations in this game were not too bad for the time as well. You can really tell that the devs put a lot of effort into the way these Marvel characters look, play, fight, move. The way Spider-Man swings looks fluid and acrobatic. The Thing feels like he's a literal tank when fighting. Iron Man has the most important parts of his suit at your disposal. For a new Marvel fighting game on the PlayStation 2 in 2005, I personally don't think this looks that bad. But I definitely do question some of the decisions the devs had made. Do you ever wish sometimes you could just be as ignorant as you were as a kid? Didn't everything seem way more fun back then? Like, just playing tag for hours was fun. Playing in the dirt when you were supposed to be playing baseball was fun. This game was fun, but oh my god. Replaying it now as an adult that is unsatisfied with everything, this game kind of sucks. The camera is absolutely horrible. Sometimes it doesn't show you what it needs to show you. Whenever you get launched by an explosion, the camera cuts to this cinematic style where it stays in one place while you are launched backwards. To make this worse, the enemies don't even stand still when this happens, meaning when your character is launched back, the enemies will not hesitate to beat the absolute shit out of you, even though you cannot see. You can't turn this off either. Trust me, I tried, I checked, and I looked. You can't turn it off. The dialogue can be super cheesy at times, which is unexpected since this is supposed to be a darker Marvel game.
Things are going to get really hot in here, big boy.
The controls feel a bit off as well. You can't seem to hit that combo sometimes. Moving while in the air is way too sensitive, and it seems like every damn thing explodes, which also activates that stupid camera angle. Playing this game for this video was not that much fun for me to do. I kept asking myself, why did I play this game so much, and how do I remember how to have fun? Don't get me wrong, some parts of this game are kind of fun. Some. Like launching an opponent in the air, jumping up, and then knocking them back down again. That was really satisfying. When you could successfully do it. Getting the finisher was always kind of cool to see. Some of these finishers are absolutely brutal. So seeing most of these quote-unquote heroes obliterate the other characters made most of the game worth it. The main reason I liked this game as a kid was only because of Spider-Man on the cover and the other Marvel characters I knew so well. I only had fun as a kid because I was oblivious to all the bad. I was blinded by the Marvel logo on the box, which is why I probably played the hell out of the Avengers game. But that's a video for another time. Unfortunately, some reports state that EA had rushed the developers of this game to get it out as quick as possible to make a quick profit. The funny thing about this is that they wanted to make multiple sequels in the Marvel Nemesis franchise. This is rumored, by the way, so I'm not exactly sure if it's true, but it definitely does sound like something EA would do. That means they killed this franchise just to make a quick buck. I would have loved to see what this could have been if the devs were given just a little more time. Maybe we will see something like it again in the future. Maybe we'll see a reboot or a sequel. Who knows? I'll mention the comics only because it's one of the only pieces of media related to this franchise. There are about 6 comics that act as a prequel to this game, and I'm definitely not going to read them for now. I've spent way too much time on this game as it is. Maybe I'll check it out in the future. The art looks cool at least. Unfortunately, This game is just pure nostalgia for me. Replaying it was slightly disappointing, but seeing the cutscenes and actually fighting as these Marvel characters in this style brought a slight grin to my face, as it reminded me of being young and just having fun with any game that was put in front of me. Plus, I cannot deny this is still a super unique Marvel game, one of a kind in my book. As I unplug my PlayStation 2 and put the game disc back into its case, most likely for the final time, I'll always remember the good memories of playing this game at my grandmother's house on Saturday morning and becoming so excited to play just one more match and see all of these Marvel characters in their darkest form yet. I'll never hate this game, whether they reboot it, make a sequel, or if it becomes forgotten. My inner child will always remember this as the mature and cool version of Marvel. My inner child will always remember this as the most unique Marvel game. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. This video has literally been 2 years in the making, so the fact that anybody's watching it, I just really do appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any nostalgic memories about this game, or if you played it for an hour when you were a kid and absolutely hated it, or if you're brand new to playing it, you still hate it. I really do genuinely love seeing everyone comment down below and just let me know how they feel about certain videos that I make that I'm passionate about. So, again, thank you so much for watching guys. Have a great day.